Raphy here again, and I'm back at doing snake videos. Okay, let's say I'm back at doing a snake video. Anyway, since I moved to Georgia, I'm actually closer now to Justin Kobylka Reptiles, so I reached out to him, and he let me come by here to show you guys his facility. And you guys are going to be amazed by how not gigantic it is, but just how awesome it really is over here. So, check this out. Back with the check this out again. I always say check this out. I don't get it. Can I just end a sentence without saying check this out? Let me try it this way. I'm at Justin Kobylka's place because I live in Georgia, and I'm going to show you some awesome snakes. That's it. Let's do it.
Alright, hey guys, this is Justin. Really excited to show you my new place, and I'm going to give you the quick tour. Thanks for Raphy hooking us up with this. Come on in.
Take me downtown tonight. I want to forget. I want.
Okay, on this side we don't have a whole lot. We have a nice double sink. Got it all set up. This is I try to keep the sink central to the room. That way it's an equal number of steps no matter where you're going from. We have a future incubator right here, but we're still working on that. We got a couple months before we start having some eggs. Over here, yearlings. I only hold back the best stuff. I don't have a ton of stuff. So this is what I've actually been holding back for like the last 6 to 18 months approximately, size-wise. Hatchlings. You see most of these tubs are upside down. You guys have been great. Sold a lot of snakes this year and just a few left to sell. So, that's one side.
Okay.
One more. This is the adults. And a few sub-adults. But this is what has all the magic here basically. So it makes all the babies for the season. We're not focused on size here. So it's all about how you use it. That's what we're about. Well, it's, I actually used to have probably, a third more than I have, and it's been a very intentional thing to move toward my current size. When I first got into this business, one of the first breeders I ever visited was Peter Call. Talk about a lot of snake, that was incredible. And that was my dream, and it wasn't necessarily, it was just because I love snakes, why not the more the better, but as you get into the actual day-to-day business, you find out that to enjoy your animals, you have to have a certain level that you can actually manage. And so that's one of the biggest things, is that I know every animal individually. I've seen, I see it many times per week. I feed it, my employees clean it, but I spend a significant amount of time with that. So because of that, my enjoyment level of the animals, my excitement about the projects is through the roof. And with these animals, more than anything, just being engaged with them is going to be the key to success. If you have so many that you can't know the animals, you can't go in there and see what they're doing and remember what they were doing last time you saw them. If you can't do that, your production level and success with it is going to be small. So you might as well have a small collection anyways if you're only going to produce a few animals with the huge collection you have.
All right, man. So what do we got here?
All right, this is a Mahogany piebald. So this is a combination of the Mahogany codom gene, obviously, with the piebald. This is a project that I've been working on for many, many years. It was 2011, I believe it was, that I bred a Mahogany to a piebald female. Hatched 3 female Mahogany het pieds, no males. So I had to wait for them to grow all the way up and bred a pastel yellow belly pied to one of them to get this snake. And this is my first Mahogany piebald. The whole point of this project is to make that Suma pied, which will be your black and white. I call it the panda pie.
Oh, so you're trying to get to the panda pie without it being...
Right.
Okay, got it. Oh, that's cool. I didn't think of that, yeah.
The super cinny, super black pastel issues. Right, no, I'm incredibly blessed. This is my only income. I love it. We just moved to a new place, and we have all this new acreage and everything. My wife gets to stay home. She homeschools the kids. We're really living the great life, and this is fantastic. And I don't say it to brag. I mean, I'm really blessed. I'm thrilled to be doing what I'm doing, and successfully. Okay, these are fire yellow belly pieds. Now, the fire pied and the yellow belly pied are both world firsts here at JKR. So it took me a while though to get them together. I always knew that this combo would be the goal. If you look at them, the orange is just insane. Now, the fire pied by itself is kind of a cream color, and then the yellow belly pied brings in all this orange, and together they really, really pop. The next step on this is to make the firefly yellow belly pied, and that's this one right here. Basically, you're taking out some of the orange, you can still see it, but the pastel brings it up another notch of brightness. And again, we're not, the major thing is that we're not reducing the amount of pattern on the snakes, on the pies, which is so key to any of these piebald projects. Well, when I got out of college, my senior year of college, I talked about nothing but ball pythons. Of course, I was a typical, college senior. I had no money. All I had was student loans. I owed money.
That's the dream right there. That's the American dream.
Right, exactly. So I had a marketing degree in Chattanooga there, and I was graduating, and all I could talk about was ball pythons. Ball python this. Everybody asked me what I wanted to do. Here I am as a marketing major, and I talked about. I would just say I want to do ball pythons. And back then I was looking at Ralph Davis was the big one, and it wasn't because he was the only one doing it. It's because he had the website, and you could go there and you could see.
So that was like high tech. He was like,
oh my goodness,
cutting edge of technology because he had a website. Okay.
The other guys, that were in it. They were doing well. Like you just couldn't see what they were doing. Really.
Okay.
She went to the shows, which I was, I wasn't into that at the time. So yeah, that's all I talk about, and I was very lucky because my uncle, he got into it with me, and he was like, hey, he can see my passion. He's like, I'm going to help fund you get started. And at the beginning, he was like, look, we're just going to buy stuff that looks good. I don't care about yellow bellies. I don't care about fires. We're just going to buy stuff that's beautiful. And so we bought piebalds. We bought lavender. We spent big money on lavenders and piebalds and clowns.
What year was this? When did you start?
2005 is when
okay, 05 is when you started buying the bulk of your collection. Okay.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of what laid the foundation for what I am today. And we didn't go for whatever was in vogue at the time. At the time I was trying, I was thinking, well, we gotta get cinnies, and they were like 5,000 each, and we gotta get fires, which were 100,000 for a pair.
Wow.
Back then, and we're like, no, we're just gonna go for stuff that the average Joe sees and thinks that's incredible. And at the time, those animals were recessives at the time. Now we have lots of codoms, you mix them in and get crazy stuff, but my collection was built on recessives. And that is what shaped it today, and that's kind of been my philosophy all along, is new things are going to come out, crazy things, new codoms, and there's going to be this rush, there's going to be this whole thing. You don't have to be a part of that. Okay, taking it to the next level even, this is the Orange Dream Yellow Belly Piebald. Very, very excited to get this little boy. Bred it was an Orange Dream het pied to a yellow belly pied, and this snake right here is just insane. It's everything that a piebald should be, and again, the nice thing is it has the full range of pattern available to it. This one is relatively high white, but the color is just such a perfect orange. Exactly the goal with this, and I just can't wait to see what the Super Orange Dream pied will look like. I think about 90% is either visual recessive or is heterozygous for some, or double or triple for some gene. And what that ends up meaning is that my collection, when I produce it, I produce a lot of things that are just hard to find and hard to get to. A lot of time, low odds, and I love that. That keeps me coming back. There's nothing guaranteed. This is a Leopard blade clown. I believe it has a blade gene. It's from my reduced stock. I got the reduced stock back before the word blade meant anything to anyone.
Okay. So blade is it a gene, or is it like
blade,
a line of
blade's
produced?
a codom gene that is was in a lot of the early clowns. Is bred in there inadvertently. And for a long time, people were buying, oh, reduced pattern clowns. But then later, that gene was isolated and named as a blade clown. So this is from some of my most reduced stock. What I love about this snake is, first of all, it's so clean. The leopard just makes that stripe pop on the body, and you get these black spots here, the remnants of teardrops. And one of the coolest parts of the snake is that the back stripe goes straight through the snake, more or less, onto the belly.
Oh, look at that.
Very rarely, you hear a lot about clear bellies, but you
Yeah.
very rarely see some really cool belly patterns in ball pythons. And I just love how this snake is essentially has a stripe going straight through it. Turned out really cool. Okay, next here, I didn't have a baby pastel leopard clown to show, but I wanted to show how well they age as well. So this is a yearling male. Good eater too, in fact. Check him out. He's awesome. He has to have some of this. He had this little bow tie action going on here on his side, and the leopard adds a lot of these black flecks to the sides of the teardrops, which is kind of a neat look. But again, just a really clean. And what I love about this snake, sorry, I keep moving around on you. What I love about this snake is that eyeball. I don't know if you can focus in on it, but you can see it super clearly. That pupil. See it moving in there.
Very nice.
Okay, so taking it a step further, and I want to introduce these in order to show this snake. This is the killer leopard clown. And you see she's got a little bit of a size on her already here. But look at the pattern on that and the definition of the stripe, but how dark the spots are on the side, which is really surprising from your killer clown stuff. You usually end up with really faded sides on them, but the color on this snake is just perfect. The thing is that I would say the bulk of what I make, there's one or two other people making it.
Okay.
The vast majority. And so I'm competing, instead of competing with, you have a 5 gene codon, well, there's 200 people out there that have at least 4 of those genes, and 20 people have that 5th gene in there, and so you're competing with, it's just craziness. So I'm competing in a very small niche market, like you said, and it makes a lot of sense for me. It really works. Okay, here's a snake that I've not shown off at all yet. This is the lavender clown, and this snake is unofficially, it might become official, but it's unofficially named the Grail, because this is a snake that everybody has wanted since the lavender and the clan came out, which are 2 of your oldest morphs. This is actually not the first time it's been made. It's been made, first it was made at Pro Exotics, and it died in their fire, and then a guy who, those of you who are in the industry for a while may know, lavenderalbino.com, Grant Whitmer made 2 of them, which unfortunately died in a house fire for him. So I've actually considered keeping this one in a fire barrel in the backyard. But so far she's doing really well here and have not had any mishaps. I like to think I'm doing just what I'm doing now.
Okay.
Just obviously further along. I think the market is definitely going through a kind of a turning point. We saw this previously, though. Back, it was like 2 years after I got into it. Everybody was telling me, Justin, you've got to get out. The market's crashing. You've got to get out. And the market did come down a bit, at the time. This is back when we were dealing with Morph King and the whole Mojaves thing. And Mojaves crashed and Yellow Bellies crashed almost at the exact same time. And everybody's like, this is over. But reality is I wasn't invested in Mojaves and I wasn't invested in Yellow Bellies. I had these really hard to make beautiful snakes, and it didn't affect me, and it just moved right through. And I think we're seeing that again. We've seen some of the codon genes go big, and then go home basically. They're just not doing a lot now. And I think what we're going to see is the market maturing. I think you're going to see a lot of people get out, but those people who are really serious and they're not just into, let's see what I'm going to make it next year, cash in and be done, or cash in and then get another snake and cash in again. I think we're seeing those days are going to